Welcome to episode 2 of the What's on Your Mind podcast. Here with us once again, myself, Evan, Fabius, Ethan, and Justin. We're a little short-staffed today. We don't have the gracious presence of Seth Kirsch, but that's okay. We'll roll with it. Today, I'd say let's start by recapping the picks we made for the divisional round, the second round of the divisional round last week. I'll start.
What's the second round of the divisional round?
I meant because we just talked about it because there were games on Saturday, there were games on Sunday. So it's Saturday's round one. Yes, thank you.
The second round up.
My picks were completely way off, and I think there's a part of me when I made the picks that knew they were going to be way off, but for whatever reason I just went with it. I picked Ravens over the Bills, and then picked Rams over the Rams over the Eagles.
Oh my God, you went 0-2?
Yeah, I was right in the national championship though. Ohio State. I got a little nervous at the
I think
end.
everybody in the country was right about the national
Notre Dame
championship.
hasn't done a damn thing since fucking 1912 or something.
Did we all go Ohio State?
I think we all went Ohio State.
yeah.
I said 3 touchdowns.
was a lot.
They actually
That
made
was
it
a
way
lot.
closer than I thought.
They didn't make it close. It was garbage.
I wonder if there's a Notre Dame fan out there that watched this. Probably not. But
Josh.
oh yeah, Josh.
That's embarrassing.
I wonder if there's a Notre Dame fan that watched this and then they themselves imagined like the graphic at the bottom that saw all Ohio State and they, when teams do that, like whether it's Bears Packers and all the analysts pick Packers and Bears fans are like challenge accepted.
Yeah.
We love when everybody doubts us, but I don't know.
But they suck.
Yeah, so my picks were way off. Don't want to dwell on it, but my Chiefs work pool league thing is still alive, so I guess that sort of makes me happy. But how'd your guys' picks go?
I think it was 100%.
I was 100%.
No, you guys
we
were
only
not.
had- we
I
only had
picked
2 games
Eagles.
to pick
I
from.
picked Eagles Bills.
Yeah. We said Lamar Jackson couldn't win a game in the playoffs.
Let a
And
game-winning
that's
drive.
exactly-
Let a game
Honestly,
winning drive.
that was all Mark
Let a
Andrews'
game-winning
fault.
drive.
Actually, you know
Yeah, that
what?
was
Everyone's
rough
been
one.
blaming Mark Andrews. I'm gonna.
One
I
play
feel
doesn't
bad
make
for
or
the
break
guy.
a game. One play doesn't make or break.
I feel
a
bad for the guy. All right, but that was pretty fucking bad.
Anyone who's played sports knows one play doesn't make or break a game.
It
But
does-
plays
No, I'm just saying that drop.
bad time to have a bad play.
but at the same time, things like that are curious because they don't make or break a game. But if he catches that and then they happen to win in overtime, nobody's continuing to say the stuff that they are about Lamar not
Lamar's
being able to
actually
win. And I even heard there was I listen to a lot of ESPN Chicago radio, and one of the producers on the morning show was like talking crap about John Harbaugh. Was saying that he always trembles in big time games. First off, John Harbaugh has won one Super Bowl. He wasn't there in the 2000s, was he?
No.
Yeah, so he won. He's at least won one Super Bowl, and I don't think his tight end dropping a tying 2-point conversion pass is necessarily all his fault. I mean, the entire team was right there in position to get the job done. It just sometimes it doesn't go your way, and I think that's a kind of a toxic thing that the sports media world, or whatever you want to call it, they're too results based, so that when you just look at the final score, like, oh, John Harbaugh couldn't get it done again, Lamar couldn't get it done again. But if you actually watch the game, I mean, they were right there.
There's just two good teams. Not much you can do about it. That's really it. Bills are the Bills. You know what I also am surprised about is how how Jalen Hurts. No, I wouldn't say surprised about. Jalen Hurts kind of sucks.
We were talking
Did you
about
watch-
that.
Yeah.
We were talking about that last time.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I was like, okay, he'll come through at some point. Like, last year in the Super Bowl, he threw for like 300 some yards, 400 yards,
Yeah.
and then he has not done anything special at all.
No.
Like he's kind of just there, and he has like a messed up hand apparently, and they're saying he's gonna go at like 60%.
That doesn't make any sense.
But it might.
Well, I was just talking about that now. We always talk about how the quarterback's the most important position. Do you believe that you could take Jalen Hurts away from this team with
Yes.
Saquon's performance, and then it'd be the same thing? No. Just kind of
Yes.
put a random guy in there.
Oh, not a random guy, no.
Or not a random guy, but so another mid-tier quarterback.
You guys realize that the reason Saquon is elite, but
Yeah.
the reason Saquon breaks off runs is because they have Jalen Hurts throwing the ball to Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown.
Well, yeah, they got those guys.
And I don't get it because A.J. Brown and Devontae always produce, but Jalen Hurts will still end up with like 160 yards.
And they're all to A.J. Brown.
They're all A.J. Brown. I don't get it, dude. Like he's like you can't throw to anybody else. Or
I feel like a lot of Dallas Goedert fantasy managers were probably very reliant on.
I was pissed. I was pissed
Touchdowns.
about that. I had Dallas
yeah.
Goedert in one of my leagues.
National championship, though, Notre Dame, like I said, most people agreed, outmatched.
Outmatched, yeah.
Completely outmatched.
I mean,
Ohio State's offense is going to produce probably 3 Pro Bowl players, multi-year Pro Bowl players. Quinton Judkins, Amike, however you say his name, and Jeremiah Smith. Probably more than I'm forgetting. But I mean,
Is Jeremiah Smith a true freshman?
yes.
Oh my God, he's so lucky.
He got offered $3 million. He's not even in the portal yet, but NCAA is so broken he can get offered money. $3 million contract is on the table for Jeremiah Smith. Some people thought it was from Notre Dame. That'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be hilarious. Honestly, that's what I'd be doing.
Hilarious. Go to a team you
Trying to
just
take
beat.
everybody.
Yeah.
God,
Come on now.
that's
It'd be
what all those guys from a lot of guys from Washington transferred to Alabama
Yeah.
after they lost the national championship.
And Washington was unbearably bad this year. Who's Washington's coach
Or not?
again?
Who'd they lose to?
I
I don't know. Steve Belichick's there.
Oh yeah,
He's
not
the D
anymore.
coordinator.
He was.
Oh yeah. Now he's at North Carolina.
quick side note. That reminds me. I mean, viewers might not understand this, but little backstory. There's a gentleman who kind of helped come out and coach us a couple of times in youth football. His name's Ray. Did you guys see Ray got to meet Bill Belichick?
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
He meets a
I
lot
don't
of
know, I
cool
just thought that was
people.
cool. Huh?
He meets a lot of cool
Meets a
people.
lot of
Yeah.
people.
But anyway, I digress.
You know, actually, I just thought about too.
What?
Evan and I played each other in our online dynasty in
Oh.
NCAA 25,
Okay.
college ball 25, and I beat the ever living shit out of
Yeah,
him.
let's talk about this. So we're in a college football 25 dynasty. There's 11 of us, all friends.
Yes.
Evan is one of the most dedicated and one of the worst.
Hey, all I heard
I
was
mean that
dedicated.
with all love. I mean that with all love.
He's
He-
got the grit.
Type
They're
of guy.
talking to the guy who has the editing powers. So
Type
we'll
of
see
guy-
if this makes it into the final
Type
cut
of guy
or
to
not.
type of guy to recruit his head off to play in the Holiday Bowl.
That actually is the most. I'm being honest. Maybe it's because I suck, but I think recruiting is the most fun part of the dynasty.
That's what I'm saying. See
Like,
this? You see this? He loves getting 4 stars
what can I say? I'm a networker.
and leading him to the Holiday Bowl.
I'm a networker.
Dude, I fucking hate recruiting, dude.
Why?
Well, it's like, all right, so you send the house, right? So you got that 50 points.
It is the same thing every
Yeah.
It's the same thing every single time.
And then, 3 weeks later, you're telling me I don't have enough points to recruit this dude? Like, I can't send a text? So I just after the first week?
I agree. Sometimes it is broken the way
I will say
the
the
way
wor-
they give you hours.
Somehow
The
it
worst
takes
is when
5
you're-
hours to send a text message.
I think the worst is that it takes guys so long. I mean, I think it's funny that I'm actually complaining about this because it's fake. But they're real people. But they make the recruits like take forever and ever to decide where they want to go. So you're pretty much just wasting the hours or whatever all season.
They're all
then,
just robots.
And then they all just end up like committing somewhere else at the last second.
Yeah.
Like I'll be number one like up until the very end, and it'll be like Ohio State.
Yeah.
Crap.
I love the naming of the players too. Like it was just like some 5'8" white guy from Minnesota, and his name's like Jaquiz.
They definitely just watched that episode of Key and Peele. Making all those
Motor sounds.
the jackhammer. Okay. Anyway, before we get lost too much in that, what's on your mind?
Hold on,
What-
real quick.
Yeah.
It's Sunday at 1:42 p.m. and Wisconsin is beating Nebraska by 29 points.
Blue blood matchup right there.
Nebraska sucks.
Go Badgers.
Oh, wait,
That's all I had.
Before we say what's on your mind, I just want to say the Commanders and Lions game was electric. Jake Benzing, if you're watching this, you're a loser.
Oh,
Just
come
kidding,
on.
I'm sorry, Jake.
Further background knowledge.
Back
Jake.
about 3 or 4 inches on that receding hairline now, just because they
Come on!
If-
Come on!
disappointing.
What did he do to deserve it?
I'm just saying.
He moves out to Los Angeles as a Lions fan, kind of far from Detroit. Somehow the city starts burning.
Yeah.
That might be Jake's fault.
Right after he got there.
Prayers if you're
Right
in
after
LA
he got
watching
there.
this. Prayers.
But we know a guy who got there suspiciously around the time it started.
Sorry, Jake, but
For those who may not know, Jake is our friend from all the way back to middle school, who is was living in Wisconsin and is a state of Michigan sports fan. So,
I've known Jake since I was 4. We were on mini mites
you
together.
want a cookie?
Yeah.
Cookie sounds
Mini mites soccer together with Sean Weezy too.
Anyway, what's on your mind? Who wants to go first?
I'll start.
All right, interesting.
The NFL is looking into expanding replay.
What?
Only so you know that every year they add on what they can replay. Like you can.
Oh,
replay
yeah.
pass interferences.
Okay.
They're looking into expanding to QB slides
Good.
So
solely after Mahomes got hit against the Chiefs.
So you're saying like they can
Anytime a QB slides, this is serious. Even if there's no flag thrown, it can just be a dead blown wall. There's slight contact. They can review that right there, and
then
review
throw
it
a
for
flag afterwards?
Review it for unsportsmanlike, 15 yards.
Yeah, I don't
Can't
like
review
that.
it to take it away.
No, they can both ways. Both
Oh,
ways.
okay, that's
both
fine.
ways.
I'm fine.
No,
with
this is
that.
starting to get a slippery slope. Because I mean, how many times do they talk about? Yes, there's a benefit of being able to replay a lot of stuff and make sure that calls are being called correctly
I agree.
and so the game's being played fairly. But at the same time, you got to maintain pace of the game. And
Yeah,
everything.
that's what I
You
was gonna
can't-
say. Are we gonna? That's what like. I'm glad it's a thing because of the fact you have people like Mahomes abusing it
Josh
and
Allen.
purposefully sliding late, purposefully running out of bounds late just to get those extra yards. But like, yeah, at the end, it could be a good thing. But at the end of the day, it's like, are we gonna review every? We're getting to a point every time a flag's thrown, there's a review.
And you know what else is annoying? I'm not saying actually. Like, I feel like this is the one thing I can't say for sure that like Mahomes or any other quarterback who cheeses stuff like that they necessarily do this. But I feel like there's also times where quarterbacks will, act like they're going out of bounds so that the defender lets up, and then they'll sneak in a few more yards. It's like, okay, if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna rock you
Saying
down.
there's
You see
all these
Mahomes-
stupid things about QB slides.
Did you see Mahomes slow down going out of bounds?
That's what I
just to
said.
get
When,
hit?
I said when they slow down
Oh,
the
that- I
QB
didn't
slide,
hear
they
slow
slow down to go out of bounds.
That's such a joke.
Because they're in a full sprint out of bounds, and then they hit the brakes because they know they're going to get body checked by another grown man running full speed in an easy 15 yards.
if you run the ball, this is my opinion. If you
You're
run
a
the
running
ball,
back.
You are a running back
Treated
now,
like a running
basically.
back, yeah.
Patrick Mahomes, if you ever watch this, grow the fuck up. You're a pussy.
Your wife's
all
ugly.
right, and your wife's ugly, and your kids have insane names. Why would
Oh,
you?
okay, not the kids.
Sorry.
The kids are all.
Yeah,
No,
Not the kids.
kids have insane names.
Not the
Dude,
kids.
do you see
Fuck
their
the
names?
kids.
It's like bronze, silver, and gold.
okay, that's
The
where it's
first
all
kid
about.
is
That's
named
why.
Bronze.
That's
Make-
why.
The first kid is named Bronze.
Make more so making fun
I'd
of.
be pissed off if I was bronze and my siblings were silver.
Yeah, but like
I'd
okay.
be pissed. Am I the worst of the three?
But imagine being bronze and being the only one to win a gold medal.
Bro, I wonder if I would the siblings would still be like, oh, your name is Bronze. And I feel like it would
then
still
you
be
got
like, God
It
damn
hurt.
you.
It hurt, dude.
Oh yeah, that would feel pretty bad. Like you, I knew my first was gonna be a shitty son. This is a
Yeah.
bad son.
All right, is that it for what's on your mind, Justin, or you got more?
No, that's all I got. Just the NFL replays. Really not much more, honestly. Yeah.
I feel like
In my sports teams world, I guess I can recap real quick. Wisconsin basketball still looking good. Lost to UCLA. Hey, this thing's pretty funny thing I guess I can talk about. UCLA
yeah.
had a guy against Wisconsin, went 7 for 7, scored 18 points. He was a healthy, did not play in like half the games.
Wow.
Really?
And he averages like 3 minutes a game. But he played 25 against Wisconsin and was their leading scorer. Yeah, it was the worst draft game of all time, though. Whatever. Wisconsin's back. That's all I got.
I think that
What's on my mind?
something like that happened to the Bulls recently too, where a guy who like
I'll switch it real quick.
I forget who it was, but a guy who barely plays the Bulls ran into him. I can't remember which team it was, but they had a bunch of injuries or whatever, and he came in and he put up like 25 on the Bulls. I think he had like 6
Yeah.
threes or something. I'm like,
It's the worst
We just-
feeling watching
yeah.
a bum do that to you.
all right, who wants to go next?
I was just gonna talk a little more about the replay thing. I feel like
Valid.
replay has ruined the game because when you look at targeting,
It's taking the human aspect out of it.
what?
Sorry, Ethan's distracted me.
Fuck, don't be
Continue.
doing none of that
No,
bullshit.
continue.
I don't need none of this and some of that, man. Come on.
I'm just fucking with Evan.
You fucking listen when I speak.
All right, I'm sorry.
All right, look forward.
Oh fuck.
No, but what I was saying is that you remember when targeting, everything was replayed?
Yeah.
When we first got into the league, it would be as simple as someone moves their head slightly to the right, but just the body contact itself knocks their head back. But then you see that face mask touch the helmet just a little bit. and then that would be targeting or it'd be a disqualification or something.
Targeting's a bad call, especially in college.
And I think the same thing's going to happen
Those
with the
kids aren't trying to
sliding,
do it.
where when you're moving at, 500,000, what's his name's a second, when you're doing it in slow motion,
Yeah.
that the 500,000 frames per second, that it's going to slow the game down crazy.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
replays make everything look way worse.
No, and that's the thing. Like,
Yeah, it does. Because they slow it down.
I get wanting to limit head-to-head contact, but I want to say it shouldn't be unnecessary roughness or whatever if there's still helmet-to-helmet contact, but if the tackler still has his head up and, was going in for the wrap-up, was mainly trying to get his chest into him, they just happened to go face-to-face. I don't think, that's not unsportsmanlike. That's not a malicious intent or anything like that. I get player safety and everything, but at the same time, if a guy's doing his best to make a textbook tackle, they just so happen to go face-to-face, I mean, that's football.
Well, that's one of the issues, too, with, like, when you say a textbook tackle. They don't fucking coach tackling in the NFL anymore, and it's so shit. So people just go in with their shoulders or their heads forward, and it's just bad. So if somebody is sliding and somebody goes in with one of those shitty tackling techniques, it just goes out of the window. So, yeah, it is now targeting because they didn't want to throw their hands forward.
Yeah. No, and that's the other thing. Like, I feel sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
Shut up.
like especially when you say like not tackling with your arms or whatever, I feel like DBs are definitely guilty of that.
Well,
Like they're just always trying to throw like shoulders into guys.
Who was
Just
it
so
that
many
just
missed
got ran
tackles.
over by Baker Mayfield?
Was it Antoine? No, he's on the same team.
Bobby. Was it
Bobby
Bobby
Wagner.
Wagner, yeah.
Bobby Wagner
That's
just-
because Bobby doesn't know if he's gonna slide or not,
Well,
so he's
and
just
that's a part
standing
of the
straight up and
slide
down.
thing. But at least go in like this. Just start attempting towards it. He got his ass blown for 3.5 yards.
This is I feel like most people disagree with me on this, but Trevor Lawrence getting hurt and dying was his fault and not Al-Shirer's, however you say his name.
I agree.
Yeah. Though
3-game suspension, though, was because of the fact that this man has been on a murder.
No, exactly.
No,
I think that
the
was
Colts?
what do
Against
they
the
call
Colts,
it? They
there
call it
was
a
2
repeat.
times.
It's called a repeat offender
You should have
list.
seen what he did. You should have seen. Okay, honest to God, though.
We got to get his seat cap.
I love violent football. There was a play against the Colts where Michael Pittman's in the slot. He's running a post.
Yes.
There's a safety over the
I know
top
you're
and a slot corner on Pittman. It's an overthrow. Pittman's not even making a play on the ball. Already got 2 guys on him. Al-Shire comes out of nowhere and levels Pittman
That was
directly to
awesome.
the head.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I'm all for violent football too,
As
but
he
with
should
a
die.
purpose.
Murder.
Like, yeah.
He wasn't playing football. That was like attempted murder.
Yeah.
Brady has like my favorite thing or quotes about it. He's just like,
The league needs to stop protecting these players, and they need it's up to the offense to protect
Yeah,
themselves.
I agree with that. Anthony
Why are
Richardson threw a fucking hospital ball.
Yeah, they are purposely throwing routes running right into DBs, knowing that they can't hit them because it's part of the new bullshit rules. And then they're just gonna get away with it because they can. Because the league sucks. Roger Goodell, I hate everybody today. Roger Goodell, you're a bitch.
Hate him. Hate him.
I mean, if you hired me for a job, I'd take it. But I
I
don't believe that you should make $40 million plus a year. To do
40 million?
$40 million.
Actually, did you see his
goes
house?
up.
What?
It
His
goes up
house
every year.
had 9 garages. That's how big his fucking house was. I saw them building. He put up this thing. Oh, Roger Goodell, $40 million. That was fucking 6 years ago.
Is the
He's
other-
probably 80 million? Look it up. If you look up his salary, he's probably at 80.
I'm gonna look
million
at it. Is
It goes
the
up
NFL a
every year.
nonprofit too?
No.
No, the NFL's not. It's just the NCAA.
No,
I'm in
they're
the
an
NCAA.
entertainment
We're in the
company.
Yeah,
He
though.
hasn't caught a single touchdown, made a single tackle. Did Roger Goodell play Pee Wee football?
$64 million per year in 2023 contract extension.
You know what's crazy though?
$64 million.
You know what's crazy though? All
To make
the
bad
criticism-
rules.
All the criticism we make or give to Roger Goodell, he's still not the worst commissioner in the what is it? The four
Rob
major
Manfred
sports?
doesn't count. Manfred doesn't count.
You see the NHL?
He's not a real person.
Manfred looks at
Look
it.
at what we drink.
Manfred just looks at it like a 9 to 5, like the rest of us look at our jobs.
You see the NHL
I'm
commissioner?
gonna go work.
He hates baseball.
He does.
I hate him. I hate him.
This is just somehow like a resume builder for Rob Manfred.
It is, dude.
Yeah, I'm really hoping to work.
He's hoping to get a job with NASA. he's looking for a job with NASA.
Commissioner in the
In baseball. I can't remember what the league was called. Baseball, though.
I experienced how to work with all types of ethnicities.
Diversity compliant workmanship.
Expanded marketing into Japan.
He's so bad.
Soul Series created under me.
All the that Soul Series.
Soul Series sucks.
Series sucks.
Playing a series a week before the opening day is a joke.
And then you have to wait 8 more days to watch the regular
As
season.
fantasy baseball players, it's a joke.
Yeah,
I hate it.
My team is hoed because of that.
Hate it.
Would you rather watch preseason football or the Soul Series?
Preseason football.
Yeah.
Not true. Well,
Dude,
I think
you really
it'll-
want to watch
Depends
the
on the
Dodgers
week.
put
Depends on the week. If it's the last week of the preseason, yes. First week of the preseason, we're watching practice squad guys who are guaranteed.
I like practice squad guys.
No.
Preseason. I mean,
I
dude,
don't. I don't.
You just one big play away from.
As you know, I don't like college football because I think it's the minor leagues. I'm not gonna like practice squad guys playing.
Technically, it's professional now.
Yeah.
You get paid.
You know what? I was about to say this. I think that, funny enough, that football was at some point America's sport, and it was baseball prior to that.
It's been baseball forever.
It's been, but I think football kind of took like a stand at
It
some
did
point.
for a little bit.
Stop. This is PG.
Cut that shit out.
Drink a fucking beer and shut up. Get in the corner. I forget what I was fucking.
We didn't have to do that.
You didn't have to do. Was that Kanye?
You think? What was it like? Isn't there a South Park clip where like a man's like beating someone? He's like, "You think I like doing this? I don't like doing this to you."
No, what I was saying is.
Yeah,
that
I'm
I
sorry,
think
we
that-
interrupted you.
I think football at some point was slowly taken over. Get the fuck away from me. Was slowly taken
Stop!
over
Just
as
want to play
America's
the game
game.
right now.
But it's the fact that we're going back to the point where when they're starting to get paid in college with this NIL money, that
It's
it's,
your NIL. Sorry.
you guys get on my last fucking nerves, man.
I hate Ethan too.
That was me. That was me.
Get this off of me.
It was the way he said it. Okay, continue.
The NIL money that, with it both being professional, the one thing that we loved about college football is that
Kwame Brown Jr.
they were playing for the dream of making those $1 million. But now they have the opportunity to make those millions of dollars. Only that it's only for those 4 years. But if I can make, $25-30 million before I go to the league, do I still want to go to the league if my aspirations were to just make big
I
money?
agree. I've thought that same thing. Well, that's why college, and now with the JUCO route, is JUCO routes don't count to your NCAA years. If your whole goal,
Did
especially
you get that? Like, there's no.
yes,
JUCO
JUCO
doesn't
years
count.
don't count towards
Oh, yeah.
NCAA eligibility.
Yeah.
You can play 10 if you
I got
have
4 left.
one season-ending
Oh, come on,
injury,
baby.
one season-ending injury, and no, if you lose a season in JUCO and the season in college and redshirt your freshman year like normal, that's a 10-year season.
Well, with COVID
And then you get your
season,
grad.
And your grad year.
With COVID season, I had, I think, 6
You had
years
at
of
least 3
eligibility.
years more.
I had
You had at
6
least
years
3
of
more.
eligibility, so I still have 3 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say
left.
you had at least 3 more after you stopped.
And that's how you end up with more Brandon Whedons, who are what, like 30-year-old rookies?
Dude, do you think graduation rate has gone down?
No, I was actually.
I know, like, the kids
I was
are
actually
in
just
college
gonna.
longer, but they're also transferring a ton, so they're
No, they graduate. They
I was gonna make a joke
They
that I bet you
graduate,
the
yeah.
amount of graduate, degrees or
It's
whatever
gone
have probably
up.
gone through
It's
the
gone
roof.
up.
gone up.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gone up.
Imagine being able to get your master's and your doctorate for.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like they are. If you're in college for 6+ years, you're at the bare minimum getting your bachelor's. Like, they're getting their
I
degree.
just know if you
Doctorate for
transfer out of
communications?
state,
That's what I'm saying. For free.
If you transfer
Well,
out
you
of
get to play-
state, your
well, you get
credits
to play a
don't
little
transfer
ball.
as much.
You get to play a little ball, yeah.
Who the hell is this?
We're watching the Eagles game at the moment,
Looks like a.
and Mary Kate.
Yeah, should we pause?
God bless America, baby.
Jalen Hurts is so cute. Yeah, let's play ball, baby!
We're patriotic on this. We're patriotic on this podcast.
I got 2 words for you. Get out.
You wanna know what's on my What's on my mind? God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
You kind of look like Kevin James.
I take that as a compliment.
Fat.
Okay. Hey, wait.
You know, if
Okay, so people say this.
I don't see it.
I don't think.
oh my gosh, all right,
People
that,
say
the hating is gonna
I think it
stop.
looks like Paul Rudd from Ant-Man.
No.
He doesn't look anything. What's he from?
Ant-Man.
A lot of
Okay, from
This is
Ant-Man.
40s.
From Ant-Man.
What's the disabled?
He
brother?
looks nothing like Paul Rudd.
He's the disabled.
People
brother.
think that.
You know what it is? My dinner.
Dinner with Schmucks or whatever.
Yeah, dinner with schmucks. Yeah, you're more of that type of Paul Rudd. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not. That's not the right one.
All right,
It's
What's the one where he's?
all right. Anyway,
we gotta move along.
yeah. All right.
We haven't got
that
to what's on my mind yet.
Or mine.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh,
Wait, are you?
What are
Are,
you talking about? We
That was all from what's on my mind.
we're gonna,
Oh
we're gonna
my
have no
God.
time. We're gonna have no time for any other
So
segments.
bad.
I haven't done what's on my mind yet.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
said to go off of what he
right.
said.
Yes, he did. No. Fabius, what's on your mind?
All right. Speaking to your mic. though.
Fabius, what's on your mind?
Oh fuck, dude! I wasn't ready. I had a couple things on
We've
my
been
mind.
talking for 30 minutes.
Sorry about that.
All right. Does it have to be a question, or can it be something relevant?
Whatever's on.
Just
Whatever's on your
What's
mind.
on your mind,
All right.
dude?
If we weren't all deadbeat, washed up athletes, pieces.
Not me, dude. I lead my softball team in batting average.
Not true. I'll pull the stats up.
Sorry,
right now.
last year I did.
Hey, cut it out. But
Okay, keep
if
going,
you could
man.
play any sport and you were a highly recruited high school athlete or just college athlete in the portal, and you could get an NIL sponsor, one or two of them, what would they be? Who would be your sponsor?
Good question. Wait, who would be their sponsor?
Raising
Yeah, like-
Canes.
Michelob Ultra.
Well, you're in college. You're a college athlete. You're aspiring
Yeah,
to
I'm
be something-
21. I'd be 21 at the time.
No, you're a deadbeat still. Don't allow deadbeat Ethan to get in there. You said Raising Canes. If you had a second one, who would it be?
Raising Canes
Ooh, I got
and
Qdoba.
Nike.
I would.
Why would you, as a kid, why would you not dream of a Nike
That's true.
sponsor?
I don't think.
Well,
you
I
can
mean-
get-
I mean, yeah,
I don't think you
I-
can get those deals if you're at a university that is like.
But I think he's also more thinking
Really?
like.
no, I know. Yeah,
There's
I think
also-
he's thinking more of like
I
a
think
like
schools just
not a
keep you
niche,
from
but
it.
you know a little bit more
Okay,
outside the box.
sorry,
I would say
sorry.
baseball and
Okay.
big league chew.
Hear me out.
Give me a big league chew sponsorship.
That's
I love
valid.
big league
That's
chew.
valid. Hear me out.
Zins.
Miss Jen's daycare.
Miss Jen's daycare.
Shout out, mom.
Top 3 daycare in the Midwest, 8 years running.
My name's Justin Caesar. I was left guard for Wisconsin Badgers, and I love working with kids.
Only on the weekends.
Well, on the weekends. What
Tell
you
the
playing
story of how you got banned from EA.
We're not gonna talk about that.
Hey, we're brothers and we're both banned from all EA games.
EA, please let us back. We're sorry.
It's a
We learned EA, we learned our lesson.
It's been 6 years.
EA, I swear to God, I have spent thousands of dollars on math. Thousands. And you banned me.
That's pathetic.
No warnings. You banned me off of my NHL name. And I spent
Same.
thousands of dollars on your games.
Rule number 1: you make sure you know who your
Fuck
cash
you.
cows are.
I keep.
The number 1 rule of marketing or business.
Bullshit.
Whatever.
My name was
Know your
Nick
cash cows.
O'Teen. My name was Nick O'Teen, and they life banned me. That's
That's crazy because
We will not talk about my name. But EA, please let me back. I'm sorry.
Dude, that looks.
I don't want to be
Mistakes
back.
happen.
You're a bunch of bitches.
By the way,
Mistakes happen.
Does
I hate
that
everybody.
conclude what's on your mind?
No, that was. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, that was it.
all right.
Oh, I never said what my sponsor would be.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Fucking Louisiana hot sauce.
Yeah!
I tell you what, you know how there's the stat that there's so many different species of spiders in the world that you're always within 10 feet of them.
Saw that.
I'm always within 10 feet of a hot sauce bottle.
Where is it?
Yeah,
What
that's.
do you mean? I
yeah.
could literally leave this room and come back in less than 8 seconds with a hot sauce.
All right, let's do it right now. Ready? Set. Right when you leave the room, I'll count. Right when you leave the room. Set. Go.
1,000.
Mississippi,
2.
2 Mississippi,
we're doing
3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi.
No way. Oh my gosh! With 5 to spare!
Oh my God!
5 to spare!
Holy shit!
Oh my god!
Holy shit! Oh shit!
Give him the sponsorship
Holy
now.
fuck!
Oh my god!
Louisiana's hot sauce signed this man to a lifetime contract. Oh my
That's
God.
incredible.
6 seconds. 6.
Always.
That's
within
insane.
10 seconds of my hot sauce.
That's insane.
Usually, I will edit the whole entire podcast episode, put that out first, and then a reel the next day. I think I might have to just go to making that a reel straight
Yeah.
away and
Yeah.
screw the entire episode.
That was electric.
You want to know what's on my mind?
Yes.
Josh McDaniels is a Patriot again. And
Okay.
I'm so damn happy. He made Mac Jones look like God for 1 year, and then he left us.
My God.
He was supposed to win Rookie of the Year. We were 7-1 with
Supposed
Mac
to.
Jones to start the year.
Well, isn't that when you had
Supposed to.
like your defense was like averaging more points scored per game than like some of the lowest
Yeah.
offenses?
Yeah, we were
or something?
scoring more than offense. That defense was
That
awesome.
was an electric year. I remember that.
That
But-
defense was like the number.
Yeah.
It was like a top 10
I had them-
player in fantasy.
I had them in fantasy, and they averaged 26 points per game, something like that.
Electric.
And then also, I don't really know who the D coordinator is anymore. I can't remember his name, but we got a new D coordinator too. I'm happy.
Congratulations.
Also,
Mike Vrabel.
I
He won't be
just
your D
got-
coordinator?
No, Mike Vrabel. No, I'd
Okay.
probably help run it, but I just I got sardines in Louisiana hot sauce, like in the can. I'm really excited to try those later.
You gotta
Doesn't
add
sound
some more
good.
Louisiana.
Does
Gotta
not
add
sound
more
good.
Louisiana, 'cause
More?
when they sit in there, they kind of absorb it. So
Doesn't
you get
sound
some
good,
of the
chat.
flavor, but
Shut
you add,
up.
you add a little bit more of that tang to it.
Yeah. All
And
right.
it really sets it off.
Yeah. All right. That's what's on my mind. Also, like always, I don't know why I'm feeling extra violent today. Every commissioner of all of sports is a bitch.
Whoa.
Every single one.
That's probably true. I mean,
Also,
No,
Adam Silver.
Adam Silver is
Silver-
not bad.
I mean,
he's not bad, but he's not David Stern. But then
Viewership
again, there
is the
probably never
worst
will be
it's
another
been
David
ever.
Stern.
David Stern's the greatest
So he's
commissioner
doing
of all
something.
time.
Oh, without a
David
doubt.
Stern was fantastic, but I mean, clearly Adam Silver is not doing something right because
Why? What's he not doing right? NBA Cup, amazing idea.
I'm saying something is not right because viewership is
Debatable.
at the worst.
Not
point.
debatable. It brought viewers back. It brings viewers.
All right,
It's still the worst
No,
part.
I'll take my
Not during the
statement back.
NBA Cup because viewers were so
I
low
know,
that
but
he
I'm
had to
not-
bring the NBA Cup.
just-
No, I agree.
No.
Listen, I agree. But it's what the viewers aren't low because of what Adam Silver is doing. Viewers are low because of what the NBA players.
No,
do.
that's
And he's gotta
that's
change
actually accurate, and that's why I take what I said back.
Maybe-
the NBA Cup was a good solution.
It was.
Because
It brought
the
viewers
ratings, yeah, that speaks for itself. But I'm more so just consistently annoyed with the mentality of players nowadays, and
Maybe
that feels very
change
boomer
the
of me to
refing.
say.
Change how the refs ref the game. That solves so many problems.
Do you think we're at the
think
point where we need to
when we
extend
talk
the
about-
3-point line again?
Back it up? No, not yet.
And you know what's crazy?
No,
'Cause-
they need the refs need to make it. The reason players don't drive to the hoop is because like I don't even know. It's just there's so many things that go on, so many fouls that can be called. Like it used to be such a physical game where you wanted to be down low, but it's not that anymore because there's a foul every time you're down there.
And Adam Silver's the ugliest person ever. I just want to get that out there too.
And you know what else
He
is crazy?
could pick up alien messages with those ears.
I've been the biggest non-fan of LeBron since I've been watching basketball consistently. But I knew deep down that there was probably going to be something one day mainly when he retired, that I was going to say, you know what? I think I actually missed the LeBron days and stuff. And I think
Like young LeBron or current LeBron?
more
They're all
so
the
young.
same.
More-
They're all the same.
I mean,
I think League was better in.
more so
2003,
young,
Obviously,
more so
yeah.
younger LeBron because that's the
The
era
league
that I'm
was
going to be
so
referring to.
fun.
But I mean, he at least had, I want to say, more of the right mentality, but also just watching him on TV. I mean, the games were just so much more electric. Like nowadays, I feel like the only time you get a good electric and good NBA experience is when you actually go to a game. Nowadays, if you're just sitting at home watching it on TV, it's kind of boring. You don't really get into it as much. But I mean,
Yeah.
back in late 2000s, early to mid 2010s with LeBron on the Heat and those early years on the Cavs, I mean, watching them on ESPN and TNT or whatever, I mean, they were still just really electric games and everything. And you could tell that he was there to put on a show for the fans. He wasn't there, just because it was his occupation and it paid good.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the few things I actually will always tip my hat to LeBron too.
I love
All right.
LeBron before he started wearing maid costumes.
But does that conclude it for you, Ethan?
All right.
Yeah.
I didn't say
I didn't
mine.
want to talk about the players.
Mine will be quick. Mine will be quick.
I know. Evan.
Yeah.
What's on your mind, brother?
So today I have my Bears jersey on because the Bears finally did something right. I was giving them a lot of heat in the last episode about, not knowing if Ben Johnson was going to come here because it seemed like he was thinking the Raiders were going to be better or something. But he made the right choice. The Bears made the right choice. They opened up the checkbook. So today is Bears Jersey Day in celebration of that.
Happy for you.
Thank you. I
Apparently
appreciate
it's like
that.
14 million.
I think Ben
yeah,
Johnson.
he's all.
Ben Johnson,
I think he's
head
now
coach.
the 7th highest paid coach in
That's
the league.
it?
I think. I that might be
He's
wrong.
higher than
It's
Simon.
I
He's
thought it
higher
was
than-
Higher.
maybe I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Andy
Wait, how
Reid's
much
like
does he make?
20.
14 million?
14.
It's got to be up there. But
I think it's more than 14.
good to them.
Well,
for that.
they also they don't release they don't have to release coach contracts like they have to release player contracts. So you still don't even know a lot of coach contracts.
But it also looks like we might be hiring, or at least leaning towards hiring Dennis Allen as our DC. I feel like that's a pretty interesting hire. Because one, it's all no matter if you even get the top coordinator, you know the new flavor of the year, whatever you want to call it. It's always That's okay. That's not weird. I heard that on the radio.
14
okay?
million
I thought it was
would
funny.
14 million would place Ben Johnson 6. I feel like he's
Yeah, so
gonna
it's
pay
close.
more than that.
But anyway, I feel like it's good to have a former, even though Dennis Allen had a very bad experience as a head coach, I feel like someone that at least can kind of assist and
Is that your DC?
that's what people are saying they're leaning towards. It's definitely not done yet, but it's leaning towards Dennis Allen as the DC and I forget his first name, but something Shaw from the Broncos, who also was at Stanford a little
Oh, you're
bit.
talking about David Shaw.
Yeah. People have been saying those are looking like really good possible hires. But so very happy about that. Not happy still about the Bulls. Continue to just be stuck in mediocrity and lose games that we probably shouldn't. Jayhawks just blew a winnable game against a top 10 opponent. Not happy about that. Hunter Dickinson, I cannot wait until you are not in the Jayhawk uniform.
Kansas
I think-
basketball. Let's talk about it.
I will pull up
Agent
all.
Score.
I think that he is the worst Kansas big man in recent memory. At least I've been watching.
Okay.
I've been watching Kansas basketball since 2009 when I was I think 4th grade.
So why does Bill Self run his whole offense around him?
I mean, I honestly don't know.
Horrible coaching.
No, honestly,
If
yeah.
you lose, we're halfway through the college basketball season. At the point this time's being filled, we're probably just over halfway. Kansas has lost 3 games where they were up by 6 in the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I feel like he's.
That's a coaching thing.
I don't know what I feel like. Bill Self's just been like. I don't want to say soft, but it seems like he's kind of like.
Maybe
Is
recruit the
it
wrong
saying
guys.
take his foot
Maybe-
off? Take his foot off the pedal. Ever since we won the national championship in 2022.
See, here's the problem: is
2022.
like I know I'm a diehard Wisconsin basketball fan. One thing, Greg Gard doesn't recruit the best scorers. He recruits the players that fit into what he's trying to do. What Bill Self did was he recruited the top scorers available.
Yeah, no.
And then put them all on the same team.
But
And it's not working.
But that's interesting because usually he's the exact opposite. If you look at like the history of like great Kansas players, most of our best players were phenomenal college basketball players. Didn't do squat in the NBA, other than Paul Pierce, Joel Embiid, Wilt Chamberlain, a few others, but those are probably the biggest ones to name.
Grady
But
Dick's looking
like
good.
like Nick Collison, one of the greatest Jayhawks of all time, averaged probably career like 5 points per game in the NBA. But he's a solid role player. But I mean, usually he's good at recruiting guys who will fit his system, will be there for at least 2 or 3 years. He usually like manages to recruit good talent, but doesn't. Usually he'll get like one and done player, one top recruit that leaves after a year. But I don't know. Recently, I don't know if it's just because the portal and everything and just trying to rely too much off of that. But yeah, Kansas is. I mean, they have a lot of depth, but at the same time, they're not in a good position right now. And let's segue. Recently, there was the MLB Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We saw Ichiro get in, CC Sabathia, Billy Wagner, Saquon Barkley can't be tackled.
Saquon Barkley.
Oh my God.
You take him. You always take him.
Sorry for the interruption, but Saquon just ripped off
was that?
ridiculous
At
yet
least
again
50, at least
rushing
55.
touchdown. Insane.
Woo!
That was
Can I get 2
electric.
claps to the Ric Flair?
Woo! We gotta be better. We gotta
Yeah.
get better.
Alright.
Do it again. Do it again.
Can I get 2 claps to the Ric Flair?
Woo!
That was good. Good job, guys.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, 3 great players got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
3
I don't-
legends.
Yes.
Legends.
Yes. I mean, one of them.
Two are real. Okay, one is a real legend.
But there was also
The other ones are
but
legends.
even though all three rightfully got in, there was still some controversy involved. Fabe, you wanna state that?
Ichiro not having a 100% unanimous decision on
Bullshit.
whether or not he should be in the Hall of Fame is
Bullshit.
blasphemy
Yeah, who was that one guy?
in the MLB Bible, because whoever that one dude is was there. What was it? Fucking, I don't know. I just don't understand why you could even go against the man, because he was so damn consistent. He was efficient throughout all of baseball.
He got to the league at 28 and he still had 3,000 hits.
3,000 hits at 28.
Come-
Who
come-
knows what he did prior to that?
No, they have the stats. Come by.
It's over 5,000 total.
Is it?
Is it?
With
Yes.
For sure. I knew it was at least
With the
4,000.
second best
Oh
league in the world.
yeah. So he didn't even join. So he
Worst
stayed in
bomb
Japan
besides
until he was
the
20.
Nagasaki one, man. That's a big bomb. Just not doing that. That's
It's 5
disgusting.
big booms.
Let me say.
Boom,
Boom, boom, boom.
They're gonna
Let me
copy
say.
I'm sorry
that.
about your dead brother. He gets
I
5
can
big booms.
I can say something about Ichiro real quick. So as I said, first episode, I've been a Yankees fan only since the age of about 6, which puts me at 2008. Ichiro was a Yankee in 2012, so that's around the time I really started to remember things. My earliest memories as a Yankees fan is that year, 2012 or 2013. Ichiro played maybe 70 games. It was more like 65 games. He put together almost a 900 OPS. It was
That's
fucking
insane.
electric.
And that's
Fucking
especially
electric.
from a guy that doesn't care to hit home runs either.
No, he was literally like, it was so weird. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing much, but it was just hitting home runs, hitting doubles, abusing the short porch, abusing it, and he was an electric right fielder. Some of my favorite Yankees memories was him. Those years where we were not even winning 90 games, he was a very bright spot on the team. It was awesome.
I don't think he was the absolute first, but he was definitely the catalyst as far as bringing over,
He was the first.
Was he the very first?
Japanese-born
I
non-pitcher. First Japanese-born.
was gonna say I feel like there were some at least in the 90s. that
Really?
came over.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but he was at least the
I
first
saw
to
that when he got inducted. I was like, no,
I didn't believe it, but apparently he is.
yeah, he was the first to actually make people go, wow, like these, like
Yeah.
we should be bringing more over.
So who votes on that? I'm not too
So
sure.
like, there's writers.
It's writers.
It's a bunch of writers.
It's not even
Mike-
an actual
And
committee.
The MLB decides which writers. They just send you a ballot if you want to fill it out, and then you just
So
fill it out and send
who
it
would
back in.
they? Who's on the list that they would vote for outside of him? Or
There's
just
like,
I mean,
there's always 20
wanna see the
guys.
list?
Yeah,
20 to 30 guys.
yeah, if you want to pull it up, but
honestly,
but no, going back to the unanimous thing. I think the dumbest thing is that it shouldn't even really be at this point in the year 2025. Someone being a unanimous selection shouldn't be that big of a deal anymore, because it should. There's so many players in history that should have just been no brainers.
Yeah.
Why was Babe Ruth not? Why was Randy Johnson, Nolan Ryan? There's a million that I could think of, but I'm
Yeah.
kind of just blanking on the spot.
I'll say the bigger ones, because there's a few guys on this ballot, like Curtis Granderson shouldn't even be on the fucking ballot. Felix Hernandez did not get in.
He'll probably get in later.
Yeah, he will. Brian McCann's a big one. I think he might eventually get in. Hanley Ramirez, obviously. Troy Tulowitzki, he'll probably never get in. That's a weird one.
He might get in just so they can put a Rocky in there.
Torrey Hunter, he had a good peak, but I don't know if he had a long enough career. Andrew Jones, he didn't get in, did
You
he?
didn't get it again.
No,
Again?
not yet.
He definitely should be in there. Andy Pettit did not get in. Manny Ramirez deserves it. I looked at first, I didn't believe it. Looked over his
MLB
stats.
needs to get over the
Deserves
steroid
it.
era. Get over it.
A-Rod,
Get over it.
A-Rod,
Why do the writers care so much about
A-Rod
steroids?
is a legend.
on top of that, didn't fucking A-Rod?
That's all I got.
have a
Chase
movie
Utley too.
inspired
He doesn't
by
deserve
him?
it though.
But Justin, what about CeCe? What does it mean for you to CeCe?
Happy for CC. One thing I will say about him, he never had a season on the Yankees with a below 3 ERA. Obviously, no, I'm not gonna say he's elite. There's no argument there, but he's elite, and I'm happy he's a Yankees fan. But it makes me a little sad. His best stretch was quite literally with the Brewers.
I feel like there's been very few Yankees pitchers in recent, ever
Not
since the
many.
2000s.
And they keep snubbing Andy Pettit, so there's not many.
But I mean, Yankees pitchers to have season-long ERAs below 3.
do you mean?
Garrett Cole excluded. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just not remembering. But I feel like usually I don't know if it's because of the short porch. Like it's kind of a hitter's park. I don't know if it's just difficult for
But for CC being our ace, we had Tanaka, who was obviously the ace for a few years. CC being our ace for at least 4 years, never having a below 3 ERA, like, no, it's not that good.
Yeah, I think he's more so remembered for his
Winning. He went 19-2 one year.
But I think he's
shout
more
out
so
CC
remembered for his
Sabathia.
Cleveland Indian days.
When you think of CC Sabathia, you think of him going 11-2 on the Brewers.
Yeah, too. Yeah,
11-2 on the
that's-
Brewers with a 1.65 ERA.
Dude,
That's the
watching
thing, yeah.
CC
I mean,
that year was electric.
That's what you
that
think of when you
was one of the first years I started paying attention more and more to baseball too. At least outside of the Cubs. And I remember some of the guys at DCS talking about getting CC Sabathia. I was like, oh, who's this guy? And then I remember like one way or another like seeing him on TV or like looking up his stats. I'm like, dang, this guy's really freaking good. I think he was a bigger deal on the Brewers than Zach Greinke was.
Yeah, bigger deal in the Brewers than Christian Yelich was. And
Yeah.
I stand by that.
Yeah.
He went 19-2 the year before he was a Brewer.
Mm-hmm.
And then gets there, goes 11-2 with like a 1.6, 1.7 ERA.
Yeah.
Come on. That's electric.
Crazy.
Carries them to the divisional or the championship series. Pretty sure carried them to the championship series. I
With
think
the
they went
Brewers?
that year. Did they go that year?
No, I think they just went to NLDS.
Okay,
I think
I'm
the
stupid.
Brewers and Cubs both.
I don't know baseball that well unless it's the Yankees.
No, I think
so
I
apologize,
think
but
Cubs got eliminated by the Dodgers that year. I want to say, and Brewers got eliminated by the Phillies.
Okay.
I think that
still an electric run. An
yeah.
electric run.
Speaking of
Shout out to
electric,
CC. I love him, but he was definitely just on some good Yankees teams. Very good hitting Yankees teams. All right,
I'm gonna put you guys on the spot real quick. We're gonna play a little game, or not even really a game. It's just a question. Can you each think of a player
Yes,
who
no.
played for your team that you think should be in the Hall of Fame? Mainly MLB, just because I feel like NBA and NFL. I feel like those are actually pretty good at being like players who deserve to be in.
I mean, I got an obvious one.
Okay. Oh,
Manny.
A-Rod, yeah.
Manny.
All right, A-Rod excluded. Who else?
Manny.
Huh?
Manny.
A-Rod and Manny.
Manny.
All right,
I'm gonna have to go with the Colts.
Oh, you said mainly at MLB, but yeah, we can go from there.
I can't think of many with because I'm not gonna lie, Yankees get very special privilege when it comes to Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they got like the VIP, like the platinum membership or whatever. Like, oh, you get early access voting.
Okay, I got one. Bob
Never mind.
Sanders from the Colts.
Yankees.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
He was good.
Electric safety
That man
and
was
like
like
maybe
5'10".
5'7". Yeah, you're right. 5'10".
5'8". No, he's 5'8".
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
I was
he's
gonna say
shorter.
right around
Yeah,
5'7",
he's shorter,
5'10".
He's
5'8".
shorter now.
Short guy.
Short king.
Electric.
He could lay a hit.
I swear to God, like that. My earliest football
Shout out to
memories are like I was 5-6 years old just watching Bob Sanders kill people.
You were also
Shout
the
out
same
to our
height as him
short
at
king.
5'6" years old.
Shout out to our
was.
short kings over here.
Average height king.
5'6" and 5'8" over there.
On a good day.
6'1" with my Hokas on. So shout out to Hoka. Another
Another proud sponsor of What's
What
on Your
was
Mind
that?
podcast. Like leak on you?
Yeah, no, your beer. We were like,
you made me ink.
All right, Ethan. Other than Manny, is there anybody that comes to mind?
maybe Pedroia, but he didn't have the longevity, so I don't think he should
But
get
did
in.
you know there is a player who played? Let's see if you can guess him. Player who played for both the Cubs and the Red Sox. He's tied for the. Fun fact, I think he's tied
David
with Manny.
Ross.
He's tied with Manny for highest batting average among non-Hall of Fame.
David Ross.
Big Papi.
No. Do you think? No. He played for both the Cubs and the Red Sox.
Oh,
I think there were other
Salta
teams too.
Lamacchia.
No, but you're kind of close on the account of having like an interesting last name.
Prince Fielder.
No.
I have no fucking clue.
Nomar Garcia Parra.
Oh shit.
I was
No.
gonna guess that next.
He's
Love Nomar.
It shouldn't even be a Hall of Fame consideration.
career average of 303. I don't know. I mean, I'll have to. Let's
How many
see.
seasons?
Let's see. All right, now we're gonna play. Should they be? Yeah, we're playing. Should they be a Hall of Famer?
Average
see.
of 303?
Nomar, if I can
Fabius,
spell.
you did that in high school.
No, I was.
He had 0
I
hits.
know, I'm just kidding.
All
I didn't
right.
have 0
Fabius,
hits.
by the way,
It's
one of
0
the
hits.
worst JV baseball players to ever grace.
All right, here.
But I could hit that.
He had the
Farthest foul ball home run I've ever seen.
All right, here we go.
700 yards.
Hey, listen up.
700 feet.
Listen
All
up.
right, whoa.
Career average of 313. Career OPS 882.
That's a Hall of
His
Famer right there.
career OPS plus was
If he's a Hall of
124.
Famer, then you guys got to stop.
Hold on. Let me finish.
MLB was only stats. This is the stats.
Over 17.
I know.
Over 1,700 hits. Just under 230 home runs. Over
Okay.
900 RBIs.
So we're arguing he's a Hall of Famer, but I was getting shit about who the Yankees Hall of Famers and retired numbers are.
No, nobody gave you shit.
No.
Evan and Ethan did.
I thought
I
it was
did.
Outside of the podcast.
I thought it was funny how many retired numbers they have.
Having too many retired numbers is
Ooh,
kinda sad.
hey.
Whoa,
There's such thing as
whoa.
having too many
This is
retired
fucking
numbers.
mahogany. What's wrong with you?
All right.
All right. Anyway,
I got a fun fact for you. 8 of the 22 retired Yankees
Stop!
numbers. 8
Stop!
of those 22 guys played before Jackie Robinson was
Stop!
we.
Stop discrediting Joe
Including-
DiMaggio
wait, hold
and
on.
Yogi
Including
Berra,
one who was
Whitey
born in
Ford.
1870.
Not Ralph Kiner.
That's when they had those fucking. Not even. They weren't even.
I think it was a manager.
I don't know the fuck you're talking
They weren't
about.
even real balls. They were just like
Just
yarn.
yarn.
They were
Yarn.
Fucking.
Hold on.
Look at that bug.
Hey, shout out to the Box Elder Bugs. Another great sponsor of What's on Your Mind podcast. They really bring the life and activity to this podcast. So really give a shout out to those guys. We also got some ladybugs in here.
Anthony Bennett.
Please.
Bang! Anthony Bang! Bang!
He hit the
Fucking
camera.
Go, dude.
He
Don't
hit the
fucking
camera.
play with me.
He hit the camera. Anyway, my Hall of Fame nomination for a former Cub, without a doubt, Mark Grace, best first baseman of the '90s.
I'll find you.
I don't even know who that is.
Casual.
I know. I'm definitely
He
casual.
there.
Comes to baseball.
Fabe wants to put forward a nomination for what Dodger should be in the Hall of Fame.
Kurt Gibson, October 15th, 1988.
I do think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Puts on
He knows nothing.
one of the most solidifying Dodgers experiences that you could ever.
Tell me when he had like the no hamstrings or whatever.
How
Yeah.
about shut up and let me explain this to the people that don't understand?
Talk faster then.
I'm building suspense.
All right.
But long story short, he goes out there. He's not only pulled one hamstring, but both hamstrings.
Tore them.
Yeah.
Tore them.
He tore them.
Yeah.
Tore both hamstrings. I believe were bases loaded?
Mm,
No, or was it just one to go
No, I think
ahead?
there was nobody on.
But-
I think there was nobody on.
To either win or lose the game, he's got to hit a nuke here. And he decides, out of his man will-bearing power, that with both torn hamstrings, I think he goes on like a 9 or 10 at bat, 10 ball at bat, and he hits a home run and runs around the bases with 2 torn hamstrings to make sure that the Dodgers' pride is still alive. And that's why he deserves to be a Hall of Famer. Not only for the Dodgers, but for the MLB, because he changed the world.
But also 1,500 hits, 250 home runs. His career average is
All right, Barry
Two-
Bonds did
268 a
steroids,
little-
and nobody's talking about that. Kurt Gibson
He's also
deserves.
not in the Hall of Fame.
no. I'm
No,
I'm
yeah.
saying I
Hey,
think
speaking of
1,500
that,
home runs, 250.
Barry Bonds deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anybody says. When I saw his forearms, I wanted to play baseball. But all these other noodle-armed fucking baseball players, like that one guy for the Brewers, who's that fucker that did steroids?
Ron?
Not Braun, the other one, the new one, Christian Yelich.
Christian Yelich?
He didn't do steroids. They just they think that there was a accusation going around that the Brewers
Yeah,
might
he
have been
found
stealing
something-
signs.
He found something in his soup. It doesn't matter. He had noodle arms. But Barry Bonds had those arms that made you want to change the world. And that's the guy. So Barry Bonds and Kurt Gibson
Bingo.
are my guys.
Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, Mark McGuire saved baseball.
Sammy
That's all
Sosa
there
is about-
That's all there is to it.
15 shades lighter.
Although actually, I mean Bonds played at the same time, like back in like the
He played
late
in the
'90s.
80s.
But like as far as saving
I
baseball,
didn't know he was that old.
as far as saving baseball, that's more so Sammy and Mark McGuire. I want to say.
Just because of the home run race.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean no matter how many home runs you're hitting every year, if you're getting 60 a couple of times, you still got to play a long time to reach 762.
I mean, one player that I'm not a fan of, and I think Ethan might agree with this. Bo Jackson.
Why aren't you a fan of Bo?
What?
I don't care if you know Bo or don't know Bo, or if you watch the 30 for 30. I'm not a big fan of him in either sport because he wasn't something. Oh, granted, he was a fucking freak athlete, and he can bend a bow back with his toes. 200-pound bow, and he can bring it back with his toes. But outside of that, I don't think he's anything to talk about outside of that because Bo Jackson.
You're saying jack of all trades, master of none?
Yes.
Type thing?
Yeah, and I wouldn't. Yeah, you could say jack of all trades, master of none, because you weren't like, dude, Bo Jackson saved us that game. Yeah, you guys still won fucking 4-12, or whatever he did in the baseball. Like, yeah, he was a royal. Kansas City was royal. He looked good in the uniform, but outside of that, Bo Jackson does nothing for me outside of breaking bats and hitting fucking 500 foot nukes.
Are you
Can I-
discrediting what Bo Jackson did?
Can I interest you in a Tecmo Bowl?
Yes. Yeah, fuck. Yeah, that's his greatest achievement. Being unstoppable in Tecmo Bowl.
Having 100 speed in Tecmo Bowl.
That is it. Look at the stats. What did he have? Like a career of 1,900 yards or something like that in the NFL?
Yeah.
I mean, we could look back, and I'm probably a little off on that, but he was nothing to write home about.
Let's end. What do you guys want to end with the picks we made for our parlay?
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys can judge us in the comments if you think these were stupid or not. You know, for all
Okay, so
200
right
of you
now,
that might watch this.
as of right now, the Eagles are up 14-3, and I did eat Jalen Hurts over 30.5 rushing yards. Looking a little scared because
He has 0.
he has 0.
I told you
Womp
that was
womp.
bad. I did say it wasn't
Shit
good.
happened.
I'm glad I took.
All right, on to those bitches.
Okay, so we each made a pick, including we texted Seth so we can include him with this,
Seth took James Cook rushing, receiving touchdown. Anytime touchdown.
which we like the odds of that. I
personally don't.
well, to each their own. I took Josh Allen over 1.5 passing touchdowns. Feeling pretty good about that too.
Yeah.
Hopefully, who knows? Maybe one of them will be to James Cook.
I bet Josh Allen has 3 touchdowns and one of them is passing.
That's just as likely, honestly.
I took Travis Kelce anytime touchdown because for some reason in the playoffs he's good again, even though he was tight end 2 on his own team this year.
Yeah, the league just told him, Travis, we know you're getting old. Just take a load off in the regular season. Just save it for the postseason.
He looked, like
We'll get
150
you there, buddy. What else do we have? There was a Jaden Daniels over half a passing yard prop, so obviously took that. But for some reason, it doesn't say that he's hit. So I don't know if they're just having that bad of a, or if the app is just being stupid.
Would you take Saquon?
Oh yeah.
Over 174.5.
Yep.
Saquon
Yeah.
over 174.5. I think that's a.
So we'll see if we come back on the next episode just under $800 richer.
We'll see. Doubt it.
That. Yeah.
I mean, it won't be.
We're never that lucky, but
All right, get me out of here.
Thanks for joining us.
All right, yeah, that concludes it for episode 2 of What's on Your Mind. Like, comment, subscribe, share. All these.
Nightmare!
And there you have it.